Okay, good morning everyone. So in the last tutorial, I have told you about how to use in Unwrap UV to unwrap the skin of the model, and then using the UV map UV texture to create texture paint map. Using that one to create the advanced material setting. So for today, we are going to finish this part to define and also to design the advanced setting of all the model material. So let's start with the building first. Let's choose in this one and focus. If you want to focus on this object, you can press the dot key on your keyboard. I will turn on the shortcut viewer so that you can see my operations. Don't forget to turn on the sidebar. Go to the shortcut viewer to turn on that one. Okay, so for now this cube looks fine, but some part looks a little bit weird because the texture was not continuously. So let's try to use another way for projecting. Press tab key, go into the AD mode, and press U, or you can select all of them first. Press L key, you can select a similar object. L key again, press U. First things for sure is about unwrap UV. That's the basic one. Another one usually we'll use is Smart UV Project. You can choose this one, but it doesn't seem any difference. So this time I'd like to use in cube projections because this object looks like a cube. So actually we can just use cube object projection to do the UV mapping. And for now it looks fine. Everything was continuous. So I will keep the model looks like this. And next part, the thing that I'm going to do is to give the window some new material. So how can we do that? First thing is let's go to these models, the material setting of this model. Press plus icon to give this one a new material. Scroll down this, go to the M light to give. Right now we have a new material inside this model. And let's select the face manually, or you can select in using the auto selection tools. Let's go to select and go to select similar right here, and we can choose an area. So in this function, in this menu, in these sections, we can use in select similar to choosing similar area. So in this time it will be the face right here. Sometimes it will select the wrong place, but it doesn't matter. We can remove them manually later. So I will choose the face. Probably this part I will do that in a manually way. And on the back side, you can just choose two faces and go to select a similar, choose an area. This time it doesn't work, so it's okay. Press Ctrl Z, go back. Since we don't have much face to choose, probably I will just suggest you guys using manually way to do that. And deselect the wrong part, so hold on your Ctrl key to deselect them. Okay. So now it looks okay. And for this object as well. Okay, now we have finished the selection. Probably not this part. That's not something I don't want to choose. Okay, it looks nice. So now go to M light, assign. So for now we have a glowing window, and if we turn down the lighting from the environment, I think it will look great. So let's go to the world setting right here. Right now I'm using the HDRI map, but actually we can turn off that one, turn off the strength. So I think it will look nice, but probably we can uh, reduce the power of the light. So let's go to shade editor right here and reduce the emission strength. Maybe just 9 will be fine. Okay, so this one is pretty much finished. So let's take a look of the second one. Let's do that in a very quick way. Press tab key and press U using cube projection, since this one looks like a cube. And for the rest of the part, you can just define by yourself. Go to tab key and choosing a similar one, you can just select them manually, or let's press link. Press L to select the link object, and go to material setting, press plus icon, and choosing deep wood right here. And don't forget to choose assign. And for this part, I think we can just do it in a very quick way, choosing all of them. Remove the wrong part right here. Okay. Well, it's a little bit annoying, but anyway, I will just choose all of them. Switch to the wireframe mode, go to the front view, select all of them, deselect the front view part. Also here, that's something I don't want to set. I don't want to choose. Okay, and choosing assign. So for now we have this part. Actually, we can just choosing all of them right here and choosing assign. And let's take a look of the material preview. So this part will look darker, and the rest, the upper part will look lighter. Go to wireframe mode. This part we didn't select. Assign. Okay. Alright, for now it looks fine. So for the top part, I think we can choose it right here. We can choose in another way for selection. Let's go to select the lasso, and let's try to use this way for selection. Okay, looks nice. We have already selected everything right here and choosing assign. And for the windows, we can do them later. I want to go to the front view, select, and this time maybe just using select the box, select the object right here, and don't forget to choosing the wireframe mode. Choosing L key to select the linking object. Okay, and choosing assign. Take a look of the material preview. So for now, I'm going to change the color of the window. Go to tab key again, and I will choose it manually. I think it will be easier. We don't have to remove or add the wrong or right object. So let's just select the windows manually and choosing assign. And don't forget that we need to apply a new material M light right here and choosing assign, and it will be done. So for this one as well, that's using tab key, select one face, select all of them, press U, and using project cube. It will look better. And I just wanna hide the rest of the object, so let's go to press slash key to isolate this object. Go to the front view, and this part looks a little bit weird, so I'm going to change the material right here. Don't forget to go to wireframe mode so that you can select all of them, choosing assign light wood. And now let's take a look. Material preview looks nice. And for the window, I think maybe just choosing not all of them, maybe just a couple of them. We can make them glow. So let's go to tab key, wireframe, press Z, go to wireframe mode, and choosing a window right here. And plus icon, choosing the M light, assign. Let's go to material preview. Okay, so for now it looks nice. Turn on everything. So now we have finished the building. Let's take a look. So for now it looks all continuous. The texture looks continuously, and also it looks very precise. So I will keep the building like this one and then keep working on it for the rest. Okay, so also we need to take a look about the material setting right here. Basically, I think the light wood and the dark wood, they have the same setting. It only depends on different textures. But I want to do some advanced setting for the light wood and also the dark wood. So first things I want to do is that we don't need to use in the polywood rough texture to control the roughness. We can just control the roughness manually. If you only want to that glowing or have a shiny surface, we can do that by ourselves. So first thing is delete this one, and for now the things I'm going to do is to press Shift A and find the noise texture. Noise texture is the computer generating patterns. So with this one, we can use that one to generate some random textures. So for now, rather than using roughness map, I want to use this one to control the roughness map. Okay. And second one, basically for noise texture, we need to define the color of the roughness textures, the noise texture. So let's give this one RGB. Create gradient color ramp right here. So let's connect the color to let's connect the vector to vector, connect the color to roughness. And let's zoom in. Take a look. And we need to switch to the render mode so that we can see more clear. If you just see right here, probably it's not very obvious, but still you can see right here, this is the noise textures. And if you increase, you can change the size and also the rate, the range of the texture. Also, you can change the size as well. You can change the size of the noise texture and also change the strength of the texture right here. Okay, so I think basically it's pretty much done, but it's better for you to switch to render mode. But for now, I guess somehow it's too dark. So I will go to here to strengthen a little bit about the light right here. Okay, it seems okay, and also nice setting. I think it's nice setting, pretty much done. Okay, so let's go back to material preview. Alright, so for now we have finished the texture setting of the building, and actually we just changed the dark wood and light wood. So basically all the material which use dark wood or light wood will be changed. So now let's go to editing the pole right here. And I'm going to isolate this object. So press slash key to isolate this object. And for this pole, I think we're using the light wood. But for the upper part, for these kind of little connect dots, I want to use probably dark wood. So let's press tab key and select the face, press L key to connect all the objects, to select a similar object. Select all of them, L, press L key, L key, L key, and L key. Select all the similar objects. And then go to material, create a new one, and call out the darkened wood. Or you can choose I'm always dark wood. And don't forget to choose assign, and it will be finished. And right now, let's take a look about the UV map of this pole. Go to press tab key, select this one, and press U. And you can try to using smart projection first. But for now, it looks like it was a vertical one, and it doesn't have a perfect continuous texture, seamless textures. So let's press tab again, press U, and this time I want to use the cylinder projections. So I think it looks nice, way more better, but still a little bit weird because for this one I hope it could be vertical rather than a horizontal pattern. So how can we change this one from horizontal to vertical? So in order to do that, we need to go to UV editor and press tab key, select them, L. Actually for now I think it's a little bit weird, but well, still we can do that. Let's take a look of this one. Let's using smart projects again. Okay, so for now we have this one. So in order to make them become let's say horizontal, we need the things we need to do is to choosing the UV map right here. The UV map right here. Let's go to UV editor, choosing the UV map. Select this one, make sure it will stay here, and choosing the face. And press L key, you can select the continuous object. Press G for move, and this time I'm going to rotate 90 degree. Once you rotate 90 degree, press 90, it will become vertical. So that's the magic part of the UV map. But unfortunately, for now, everything was overlapping, so I think it's a little bit annoying, but it doesn't matter, because for now, actually they are different objects, so I think it doesn't affect our model. So now we have this one. And for the bottom part, we need to assign a new material so that we can create some kind of yellow and black patterns on the bottom. So first things, let's go to tab key and press Ctrl R for cutting this object. And I will leave the cutting part right here. And for this part, I'm going to assign a new material. And the material will be a real, truly new material. So let's create, based on the light wood, let's press copy. And let's call this one light wood pattern. Okay, so right now, here is the light wood pattern material. Let's go to the shade editor and we need to do some modification of this one. Right now we're just using the polywood texture to assign this one, but I want to mix some color with the base textures. And how can we do that? Okay, don't forget to press Shift A and using Mix RGB right here. Let's call out this one and connect the texture to color 2 and connect here. So for now we have connect something wrong here because I think okay, I guess for this part let's go to the wireframe mode. For the upper part right here, it's supposed to be just light wood. So I think that's my mistake. That's okay. Let's go call out light wood again and for assign. So let's go to material, it go back. Okay, looks fine. So for now, the things I'm going to do is to assign some color to the base wood textures. And how can we do that? First things, the things I'm going to use is about wave textures right here. I think for this one we have used this one before is about to generate some kind of wave textures. We can use this one to generate something like a ripple or vertical pattern, things like that. And this time we are going to using wave texture to generate the pattern for the pose. And with this one we can generate a vector and using this vector to control the the pattern of the color. So for next part, the things we are going to do is color ramp again. We need to transform the pattern into black and white so that it will become a vector. And now let's connect this one to mix RGB again. But this time this middle RGB is a little bit different. It will need to connect the color to vector rather than color to color. And for this one, here will be yellow one, and the rest of part will be black one. So now we have a new color. Let's connect this one to mixed color. So now we get this one. And you can choose this kind of blurring, dissolving border, or you can make them closer to each other and it will be stronger. And also you can change the size right here. You can change the size. You want a smaller, whether you want a smaller or bigger. I think a bigger suppose would be better. Okay, so now we have this one. But for now it was vertical, it's supposed to be a little bit declined. So let's use in UV again. Press U and choosing Smart UV Project. Unwrap this part and go to UV editor. Right now it's here, and let's press G. Move it to the other side. Press R for rotations. Okay, it doesn't work when Y is flat. Let's do that again. Choosing the face. Right here. And I don't want the upper part, so let's deselect all of them. Let's press U again, Smart UV Projecting, and press G, move them to the side, switch to Material Preview, and try to using rotations. Okay, for now we just rotate the matte texture, the wooden texture, so it's not the result I want. Let's go back to the shade editor right here. Actually, we can try to use in distortion as well, but it's not. I think the result doesn't look very good. In order to simplify the UV map, I guess we have to change a little bit about this model. Let's select all this object right here and press M, sorry, not M, press P, separate the selections. And now let's go to this object again, press tab key, press L, select all of them. And now let's try to press U. You can choose in Smart UV Project or Projecting Cylinder, Cylinder Projecting. I think both of them will be fine. And but probably for the upper part, I will using Smart UV Projections. And for the bottom part, I will just using Cylinder Projections. And let's go to the UV editor right here. Let's take a look. For now it looks weird, so let's maybe just using Smart UV Projecting will be fine. Okay, press G, move this one on the side, and press Material Preview, make sure that we will see the result immediately. And then try to rotate this one, whether it works or not, still doesn't work. So actually it's just working on the texture, it doesn't work on the yellow pattern. I think it's a little bit weird. It's a weird thing. It's supposed to move both of them. Let's try to assign the yellow pattern again. Okay, still doesn't change anything. Okay, if this one doesn't work, we can choose another way. Let's go to Shade Editor right here, and under the web texture, let's go give this one a coordinate. Press Ctrl T give this one mapping and texture coordinate. And let's go to rotation and just choosing rotate. And but for this one, there will be some problem right here. It will create this kind of weird distortions. So usually I don't like this way, but you can still it can work. Okay, probably this one looks fairly okay. Alright, I will just leave this one like this using the mapping and texture coordinate to do that. But if you can, try to using UV map to do this kind of pattern. So this is about the pole. Pretty much done. Let's call out the rest of the part. So for now we have finished the building and also the pole. Let's take a look of the trees right here. So for the tree, I guess the only thing we need to change is about the pollute rough textures. So rather than using rough texture, let's delete this one. Let's press Shift A to search the noise textures. And if you would want to redo that, actually we can just go to here. We can choose in the material right here, the light wood, copy these two stuff, the noise texture and color ramp. Color ramp is a converter. We will use them very often. So let's go to the green root again, press Ctrl V to copy this one and connect the color to roughness. So for now we can using the noise texture to control the light, to control the surface. That, as far as you can see, very nice result. And for this part, we can using, I think, because as far as you can see, this part was a little bit distorted. Let's press U, go to Tab key, select all of them, press U, Smart UV projected. And if it doesn't look good enough, I think this part there's still some weird stuff right here. Press again and press U. Try to using another different way to do the projecting cylinder or another way. I think cylinder probably is the best. Choosing all of them and choosing this one, press L key, press U, cylinder projections. For this one, okay, it's pretty much done. And for this one, I think for now it looks fine. And for this one as well, let's do the centric again. Let's using copy the color ramp and noise textures. Delete this one. Paste and connect this one to roughness. Okay. And for these trees, I would like to use, rather than using Smart UV Map or Cylinder, this time I'm going to use Cube Projections. And for now, it looks nice. Okay, so for the building, the pole and tree, we have finished that part. For this one, for the base part, actually, we can try to using cylinder. Select all of them, press U, and choosing cylinder projecting. So it will look continuous and also nice. And for this one as well, let's using that again. Press U, cylinder. And for this part, it is about a darken wood, I guess. Somehow we have to change this one to noise map. So let's delete this part and Ctrl V for path the noise texture. Connect this one to roughness. And you can choose where it's light, where it's shiny, where it's rough. And for the bottom right here, I guess it's better to using some plastic material. So rather than using the dark wood, I will create a new one and I will call this one M plastic. Plastic is very simple, so let's delete this one so it will automatically be assigned with the plastic material, and for this one as well. Okay, so for this one, probably we can give this one a yellow color or blue color, is up to you. I would using maybe an orange color or brown color. Okay, and you can give this one a little bit metallic, and for the specular you can choosing more give this one more shining surface, and also reduce the roughness. Okay, and I guess somehow I want to change the material right here, so I will give this one another material. I call a new one. I will call this one M metal or a copper. And for this, so that we can use for the metallic, let's switch. Let's go to, don't forget to assign the material to these two things. But actually, we can just remove this one, so it will automatically be switched to the material we want. Let's go to here and choosing copper right here. And for the copper, the color is supposed to be yellow and a little bit orange. And metallic for support for sure is 100%. For the rough and specular, you can decrease that one. And for the roughness, I would say let's reduce a little bit, so it would look like metal. Okay, so it's pretty much done. For this one, I will keep this like that. And for the button, it's up to you. You can change that one as well. So for now, we have finished this part. So for the rest, I'm going to texture paint the bird again, and also the monkey man, and finally the train. So that's the things we're going to do. Now reassemble all of them together. Or you can actually, once we finish, because we have already set up the model right here, actually you can just connect to the material. Press Ctrl L to link the material to the model which you have. Anyway, we will see that later. So let's finish the detailed setting of the material first, and then to assemble them again. Okay, so this is the first part of the advanced material setting, and next part we are going to finish the texture pen right here. Okay, see you next time.